Welcome to Fighting Over Fiction. I'm Will.
I'm Tash.
I'm Fraz.
And today we're asking, does Titanic romanticise tragedy to make its audience feel more deeply?
Finish her! Guys, I will never let you go.
Oh,
Thanks.
I'll never let you go.
Until,
either.
of course, you freeze to death, and then I'll let go and let you sink to the bottom while I swim to safety.
It's what we would have wished for you.
I think it would be. How are you? Are you well?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
Hot.
You're hot.
Boiling.
You are hot, Will.
Oh, thanks.
You get
too.
hotter with age, my friend.
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh, I look forward to it then.
I'm old today. I did young people things yesterday, so now I'm old. My body hurts. My voice hurts. My eyes hurt. But yeah, that's why we stay young, because we're old. The Titanic. No, what have you been watching this week?
Oh, I watched Django Unchained.
You did watch Django
so
Unchained.
good.
You hadn't seen it before, had
No,
you?
I had a weird reaction to it. To start with, I was like, yeah, it's okay. And then I thought about it overnight and slept on it and woke up with a completely different insight.
Oh, interesting.
I even think you were quite positive on that night, though, because you were saying umming and ahhing about it, and I said, well, what would you grade it then? He went, 3.5 out of 5. And I was like, Tash, that's pretty good, yeah.
Sorry, 3.5 out of 5 is good for Tash.
Oh, yeah, God,
okay,
yeah.
Right. It's better than 3.5 out of 5.
I mean, yeah,
yeah.
then I woke
Yeah,
up the next morning and thought it's more of a 4.
Do you think, okay, where does it rank, first of all, on your Tarantino, like...
For me, it's top at the moment,
It's
but
top.
I've only seen Pulp Fiction, Kill Bill, Inglourious Bastards, and Django Unchained.
I mean, that's quite a lot of Tarantino
That's quite a lot of
films, to be fair.
Tarantino films.
Do you
yeah.
think you go into a Tarantino film with like a predisposition
Yes.
not to like it? Yeah.
Yeah. I just see ego like stamped all across his films, and then I get into them and I go, oh, okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
I've got some cool facts to tell you about Django Unchained later on.
Oh, nice.
When we
I'm
have our
excited.
post-pod coffee. Will, what have you been watching, my friend?
I haven't just been watching the usual trash. I watched Life with Rebecca Ferguson. There's loads of other famous actors in it.
Is that a TV show or a movie?
No, it's a movie. The casting is absolutely insane for it. I'm going to delay slightly while I Google it. Yeah, 2017 film. It's got Jake Gyllenhaal, Ryan Reynolds, Rebecca Ferguson.
How have I not heard of this movie?
Hiroyuki Sanada, the guy from Shogun.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
incredible
Yeah.
actor. And a lot of other names on there that are also good and I didn't recognise, but I won't bore you with a full list.
What's
But,
it about? What kind of movie is it?
It's basically Alien, right?
Oh, you stole my thunder. Yeah, it's basically Alien.
Oh, okay.
It's like modern day Alien, but they're on the International Space Station.
Does Rebecca Ferguson play Ripley?
Not quite.
Okay.
Not quite.
Then I'm not interested.
She's so
Hang on, it's got Ryan Reynolds in it.
She's so good in it though, and she's one of the few saving graces I'll say about the film.
Oh, actually, sorry, I was going to say, like, hang on,
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds in a good film. You didn't say it was a good
I
film
did
at any
not
point.
say it was a good film. It was entertaining, I guess. It was interesting. It was
Why
not
isn't
good.
Sarah Ferguson in any good films? She's so good.
I honestly
I
think
don't
that
know
when they
why.
start making the film, they go, I've got a bad feeling this film's going to be trash. We're going to have to get someone in to
Let's
kind of
get Sarah.
hopefully try and carry it. And let's get Rebecca Ferguson. She'll be able to do it.
Sorry, I said Sarah Ferguson, didn't I? Who's Sarah Ferguson?
Oh, she's the Duchess of York, or was.
Come on, Duchess of York, save the film life. You can do it.
Somehow I don't think she will.
I watched a TV show called Forever, starring Maya Rudolph, and it is a TV show about two people who are in love and get married, and then they die, and then they go to the afterlife,
Oh.
and nothing happens.
Nothing?
Nothing. It is 6 episodes long. They are 30-minute episodes, and for such a incredibly broad existential story, nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Oh.
Is it like a foreshadowing of what happens to us when we die, that nothing actually happens?
Maybe.
So dark, so
I know,
sudden.
sorry.
But it wasn't worth the time. So, seeing as we've all been watching sinking ships, apart from Tash, who's watched a floating ship, Will, tell us about the most famous sinking ship of all time, maybe?
Would you say that? I mean, it must be the most famous sinking ship.
I mean, name another sinking ship.
Fair point. Titanic was directed by James Cameron and became the highest grossing film ever at the time of its release. I'm not quite sure I paused on that, but it was maybe it was extra emphasis. There we go. The film won 11 Oscars at the 17th Academy Awards, tying the record set by Ben-Hur. Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet were only 22 and 21 while filming. A near full-scale replica of the Titanic ship was built for production in Mexico. The song My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion became one of the most famous film songs ever made.
Ever.
Titanic. The Titanic. Right, so this movie came out in 1999.
97.
1997, my apologies. So it was before you were born, Will.
For the record, it wasn't.
How old were you when this movie came out? Just so for context.
4 or 5.
Right, okay, so I went to the cinema to see this movie. This is the only movie I've ever seen twice at the cinema. Apart from Frozen 2, I think.
That says a lot about you.
I also went on my first ever date.
Ooh.
Yes.
How did the date go?
How did the date go? I don't remember. I was a child. I think we held hands, which was a pretty big deal. What's your relationship with this movie, guys? How old were you when you still first saw it? This wasn't your first viewing, was it?
No.
You had seen it before.
I'm trying to think. I must have seen it early 2000s.
Okay, so you were like early teens when you first saw this movie?
No, about 9.
Oh, okay, so you were like a child when you saw this movie.
Yeah, I was like 9 years old.
Will?
I think I've seen it a good few times. I think I first saw it early 2000s. I'm sure I watched it in school at one point as well.
In school?
Yeah.
With the boobs and everything?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
I watched Grease very young at school.
Okay, so Grease is a film that
it's very different,
adults forget that shouldn't show to children.
Yeah, a lot of it went over our heads completely.
We started letting Marlo watch Mean Girls the other day.
Oh,
and
yeah,
we were
yeah.
like, nope, this is not a child-friendly film. It is full of like body shaming and the R word, and it's terrible. Anyway, Titanic. So I love Titanic. I think Titanic is a fantastic film. I really, really do. And I watched it again for the podcast, and I was kind of expecting to not be that big on it again, and I was. I loved it just as much as every other time. It's one of those movies where I can talk through it the entire film. Like a bit like Back to the Future, like me and Jen watched it together and we're just chatting throughout going, oh, I love this bit, I love how they do this and this bit, did you know of this thing about this film? It's a bit of a zeitgeist movie as well, like Titanic and Leo and Kate Winslet and Celine Dion were like a big part of the like late 90s because of this film. It was all anyone talks about for years. How do you guys feel about it on the whole?
I usually think it's a bit of a snooze fest before I watched it this time around. It wasn't as bad as I remember it, which I'm taking as a positive. I don't think it's a bad movie though. I'm just no, it's not my thing.
It's definitely not a bad movie.
No. This isn't Shawshank, you know.
See, I spent the whole 3 hours.
Hang on, no. Will doesn't get to describe just a boring movie as, oh, it's a Shawshank. That is not something that we say. That is not a fighting over fiction phrase.
Just slip it in there.
It's a bit of a Shawshank, this one.
Is that going to become your phrase now?
Get out. Sorry, Tash.
Well, I spent the whole 3 hours trying to work out what I don't like about it. Because I couldn't put my...
That's not how you should watch a movie.
No, because I knew I didn't like it, and I didn't like it as I was watching it, but I couldn't figure out why. And then I got to like the end, and I went, I've worked it out, and I know exactly what it is now.
Okay, do you want to tell me that now, or reveal it as we do the questions?
I'll reveal it as we go, because it kind of links to some of the questions.
All right, let's do questions.
Does the romance strengthen the tragedy or overshadow the real disaster?
Go on, Tash.
I think the Titanic disaster is almost too enormous to emotionally process, with those thousands of people that obviously died or went through that horrific like ordeal. It's horrendous.
Speaking about like the Titanic being like a zeitgeisty thing at the time, I think a lot of people at the time, especially people that were like my age, didn't realize the kind of like the enormity. It's very difficult to process that level of like singular loss, and I was researching it, and it is one of the most fatal single disasters, like non-military single disasters in the history of the world. Like looking at the other top ones, we're talking about like volcanoes, like Pompeii and stuff like that. Like it was devastating.
Yeah, I think it's, and I do applaud James Cameron for kind of encapsulating that in a 3 hour movie.
Yeah.
Like it's a great feat, and I think that for me, the romance between Jack and Rose kind of gives us one clear emotional doorway into that loss. Like we see the disaster through their kind of perspectives, from kind of Rose's upper class, and then obviously Jack coming on through winning a poker game.
Yeah.
So we see two very different perspectives that kind of come together and converge, and then we kind of follow them throughout the story. I think it does make the disaster more accessible as well, the romance. Like it's an easy way in a way. I think it just helps us feel the scale of what was taken from so many people. And it matters more than the kind of victims itself in a way. In that sense, we kind of go with Jack and Rose and we kind of forget that there are other victims until the end, where we obviously go, oh my God, you're seeing people falling and fighting for lifeboats. And
it's a really weird thing. Like we talk about dramatic irony, and someone beat their horn. We talk about dramatic irony, and we talk about like knowing that the bomb is under the table. I mean, how many other movies are there where every single person going into it knows how it ends?
Not many.
It's really hard to find others, and I think there had to be another story in there where we didn't know the ending. Like the only thing we didn't know about the ending was which of the named characters survive. So I think the romantic story has to be in there. I mean, I suppose it doesn't have to be a romantic story, but I agree with you. They are our window into it. Yeah. They are the way we access the tragedy.
I definitely think so, and I think it's a great kind of ironic message that no matter what we do as humans, there are always other forces at play that can change the course of everything in mere moments or hours in this case.
Yeah. Sorry, you're talking about the hours it spent you to watch the movie? Or,
yeah.
That was the other thing about this film. Sorry, when we saw it at the cinema, there was an actual interval. Like there was a break.
I love that.
Because we'd never had a 3.5 hour long film before. Like it was insane. Go on, Tash.
Yeah, I do think on the other, having said that though, I'm really sorry. I think it does romanticize the disaster, and this is the point where I realised this is why I don't like this film. I wanted a story of those working on board. I loved the scenes where it was the kind of captain and the designer of the ship, the builder of the ship, were all seeing their hard work just be decimated. And the crew and how they reacted and getting people onto the lifeboats. I wanted their story, and I think whilst we do get this in the latter part of the film, I felt this was what I wanted to see, and this is what I felt was more engaging. I think the love story was just an easy way out. And it helps with the entertainment factor because you're rooting for them romantically, but I just didn't care.
I think you call the romance story an easy way out. I think it's an easy way in. I think it's the simplest way to get us on the boat and to get us invested in it. So I don't think the romance strengthens the tragedy or overshadows it. I think the great thing about this movie, and also like the reason for its length, is that we have two stories running here. We have the story of the sinking ship, and we have the story of the romance, and they run concurrently, but they don't actually affect each other. I love that Jack and Rose had nothing to do with the boat sinking. Like they didn't put that in there. They didn't like fictionalize a real event, and the boat sinking also doesn't make them fall in love. It's not like we're bonding over tragedy. They were already in love. They're just our POVs that allow us to follow like the story of the boat. And I like how like you say, the engineers and the designers and stuff, like their whole story starts off in the background and it suddenly comes to the fore like halfway through, or like I think it's like an hour and 20 minutes into the film where the boat starts to sink. I know what you mean about wanting the stories of the people on the boat. Like I love the scenes of the coal shovelers and all that. I think the problem that you have with doing a story, so the captain, not the captain, one of the officers who shoots himself. Do you know that he's a named character in this, and he's a real life character from the Titanic, and his family were very upset because he did not kill himself. He went down with the ship helping people. I think the problem that you have with telling the story of the people on the boat is you are then doing a documentary and you have to tell it correctly. You're no longer telling a story, you're no longer making a movie, you're making a real life thing. And I think that's a really, not only quite a dangerous and sensitive thing to do about such a massive disaster, but you also it's less entertaining. It's not James Cameron, you know. So as much as I kind of agree with you, I don't think you can do it. I think if this wasn't a real boat, I think if this was like a spaceship going down, yeah, for sure. Tell us the story about the coal shovelers and tell us the story about the designers. But I think for this, we needed something completely fake and almost unbelievable. Like, their romance is a ridiculous story, isn't it? And I understand why you don't care. I don't really care about that romance either. But I like watching them go through it. I like seeing the way that people of that class treated Jack. And also, I like the way that he had to adapt himself. And I love the idea of, like, new money. What's her name?
I loved her.
What?
Brown. Something, Mrs. Brown, wasn't it? Was her name Brown?
Yes. Her real name. Kathy Bates. Her name is Kathy Bates.
Kathy
Bates' character. Now, I love her because that representation of new money. I loved seeing the quick cuts between, like, dinner on the first class, and then suddenly like the 4 bunk beds in steerage, and you don't get that unless you have the romance. Again, they could have just been like friends, or like,
I think the romance is what got it for me. I just thought, I think you're right in that it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it was the 90s.
I think I just went ugh. That.
But I do kind of believe, right? It's a holiday romance.
Yeah.
Like, it burns hot. They're both, like, he's, like, just running off adrenaline because he's just got tickets to go home. He's a young kid. He's going home on, like, the greatest vessel ever made. Whereas Rose is, she's... I think when you start this film and you watch it with the idea that Rose she's suicidal. She's so depressed that she wants to kill herself. I think when you watch the movie with that in mind, you start to realise the decisions that she makes. She tries to end her life many, many times during this entire film. I think when you watch it through those kind of lenses, that relationship becomes more believable. I don't think she's ever in love with Jack. I think she's using Jack as almost like a not a way out of her life, but a way literally to end her life. Anything to add there, or are you just going to say it's a bit like Red and?
No, I don't want to repeat too much because I think exactly the same as Tash. I really enjoyed the parts of the movie where it was the beginning where they're looking for like the sea of the ocean with the little robots, and I like the parts when it did start going down and we're seeing the crew running around and how they dealt with the iceberg and how it came up to those events and the little things dropped in there like, oh, we left the binoculars back in Southampton and stuff like that. Like, I loved all those bits. I could have easily watched a movie around that, but I get what you mean about it wouldn't be a James Cameron movie, but maybe he could have done it for the victims.
Tash, you didn't like the modern day stuff, did you? The flash, not the flash forwards, the sort of.
No,
like
I just thought it took us out, and I don't know. I just found it a bit. I guess it did show kind of modern greed in that sense of like, we need to find this heart of the ocean, this diamond, and it just didn't do it for me. I thought I wanted to go thrust straight into the disaster, or like straight into the story, and just do it that way.
Did you know that a lot of the shots of the Titanic sunk were
they're
real?
They're real stuff.
And I think that's why that's in this movie, is because like James Cameron was there when they were doing that, and I think he wanted to show the real boat, and he needed a story in which to do that. I know what you mean. I always forget when I watched Titanic.
I forgot. I thought, hang on, what's this? Have we got a documentary here that we're watching? And then I saw Bill Paxton. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, no, this is the film.
I think the lead up, having that as the lead up was fine. It was the takeouts that you then get halfway through. Yeah. And it's like just a reminder of, oh, by the way, everyone, that's why we're here. That's how we kind of got here. It's like, do we need it? You could just have the start and then the end of it.
I disagree. I really liked the sort of like eye rolling, oh, this old lady's going to tell some ridiculous tale. And then an hour and a half in, we cut back to them and they're all absolutely gripped by what happened next. Like, I really liked how like her story changed their perception on what they were doing, but yeah, I understand why you do. I think if you took all that out and you just like opened with Leo playing poker, I think you've got just as good a movie.
I think it's because it's like the mix of fictional and non-fictional. It's like, for me, I see it as like such a non-fiction movie in a way, because I'm trying to focus on the Titanic part, that when I see the bits where I'm dragged then back out into the modern day, I'm then seeing it as being forcibly dragged back into like the non-fiction part, and it seems like a bit fairy tale-ish, and I'm like, I just don't like, this is taking me out, it's completely taking me out of my immersion of it.
Did you know the billionaires who tried to go down in the submarine to the Titanic?
Was that? Did they try and go down to see Titanic? Was that what they were doing?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Was
Yeah,
it
no,
not?
I think you could be right.
Was this a few years ago?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
obviously their capsule imploded.
Yeah.
Did that affect your watching of it at all?
No.
No.
It was in the back of my mind. I don't think it affected it at all, but it kind of it made those modern day scenes more believable. It was like, yeah, people have always wanted to go down to the Titanic, and this was just like an example of it, I suppose. What was the question? Does the romance strengthen the tragedy or overshadow it? I don't think it does either, and you think it overshadows it, Tash?
Yeah. I think
What
it
do you think,
overshadows
Will?
it.
I think it overshadows it.
All right, boo to you both.
Is Jack a fully realised character or mainly a symbol of freedom for Rose?
I mean, he's fully realised, but he does his entire character is spelled out in that first poker scene, isn't it? He doesn't develop or change throughout the entire movie. He's a very two-dimensional character. He exists for reasons, Tash. You have outlined so beautifully. I loved reading what you said about Jack, and like I said, I've seen this film many times, and I've never kind of taken this away from it. So please be smarter than us all.
I highly doubt that. I kind of almost didn't see Jack as like a kind of physical human in a sense. Like he was there and he was actually real, but like he just felt like a ghost.
Yeah.
Kind of like he appears to Rose from nowhere. Like he wins the poker game. It's always quite whimsical the way he gets on the ship, and then he saves her at the exact moment that she's spiritually dying and is ready to end everything. And then she disappears, and then he disappears into the ocean when she becomes the person that she needs to be to continue on in life and be strong for herself. And I think he technically functions as Rose's character foil, the one kind of challenging her perspective at all points, but in a way that's going to help her grow. He's not boring, but he doesn't change at all, as you say. Like he's always the same person from start to finish. And I think his philosophy on make it count and his freedom, and that consistently challenges Rose's kind of repression, fear, and kind of social imprisonment. So I think, there's this whole room on the door debate.
Yeah.
Could Jack have fitted on the door? I think it has a meaning symbolically, actually. So there's no room for him because Rose absorbed what he represents, and his purpose is complete. He was never there to awaken her future, he was there to awaken her future rather than share in it. He was never meant to continue on with her.
That's the bit I love. Like this was a holiday romance. It was never meant to go any further than this, and it's what she needed. She needed him a great deal, but he never really needed her. I really liked. So the first thing you wrote in the document is Jack is almost ghost-like, and when I started this rewatch and Jack appears to Rose, I kind of thought, I'm going to try and watch this film as if like Jack's a figment of Rose's imagination. Like I wouldn't be surprised if there was one of those revelations at the end where it turns out she was imagining him all along. I mean, that's put to bed very, very quickly by all the other interactions, but it's a wonderful way of watching the film. I'm looking forward to watching it again now and just seeing how, Jack represents what Rose is reaching for rather than being his own character. You've also put in the notes that he says Rose's name almost every line of dialogue. I noticed that. We've been writing together recently, Tash, and you've told me to stop using people's names so much in dialogue.
Yeah, because we don't.
We don't do it,
in
do
real
we?
life,
And
no.
then I was talking to Jen about it, and she's like, no, we never actually use each other's names when we talk to each other, and it's so true. And he says Rose about 1,000 times. It would be a great drinking game, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, it would be a great. It did really grate on me.
Yeah, it's weird. Like,
it really grated on me.
do we think that's a writing decision, or is that like Leo running with it and then letting him? Like, it seems a weird thing for it to be.
Yeah, it kind of he kind of was a bit of a golden retriever in that sense of like Rose, 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 Rose. Like he really reminded me of like that really kind of like like a puppy and like his excitement, and it kind of lends itself to maybe him being excited to help her and have a purpose on the ship, because obviously he was just happy to go home. He has no family, as we learn.
Yeah.
So like it could be a sense of like, I've got a sense of belonging, or I'm just going to kind of grip onto this for dear life.
Oh,
but
weird.
it just seemed really.
I took it another way. I
unnatural.
found it quite manipulative. I think when you use a person's name quite often, you're often trying to manipulate them because you're giving them like they're kind of like when you say a dog's name over and over again, like going back to the golden retriever thing. But rather than Leo being the golden retriever, he's the owner.
That's a good take, actually.
Like
Yeah,
Rose. Like the more
manipulative.
times I say your name, the more ownership I have over you. I don't think that was intentional. I
Yeah.
don't think that was the.
I think that does link actually quite nicely to Cal though, because Cal's very controlling, isn't he?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he's holding on to Rose for dear life through control and manipulation.
And he doesn't use her name.
And he doesn't use her name. So it's that kind of like, is he using Rose's name to give her identity back? It's interesting because again, I think it's quite. There's no right or wrong answer.
I'd love
with
to
that.
know if there is a purpose for it though, because
Yeah.
it seems like a strange thing for someone to do that in dialogue, in writing.
Yeah.
And for there not to be a purpose for it, because it does stick out like
yeah.
a sore thumb, doesn't it?
It does really stick out like a sore thumb. I remember saying to you, I said, "Will he quit doing that? It's really annoying."
Will.
I'll do anything you say.
Will,
what do you
Will,
want? Yeah,
come here, Will.
no, please, I'll
Will.
do it right now.
Will, how did you find Jack as a character, Will?
I don't really have an opinion on it.
Was he all a bit Tim Robbins for you?
It was just a bit, just a bit soft for me. Don't know. I just wasn't interested too much. I did just see him as a. The most interesting parts were at the beginning, where I did feel like Matthew McConaughey screaming behind the bookcase in Interstellar as you're kind of like watching it, and you're like, "No, don't get on the ship!" No. After he reads the tickets, and then when they're down, like having the party in into the underbelly of the ship where the lower classes are, that was such a great scene. The rest of it, I just don't know if I could care that much. He was just, I think he was quite grating.
Interesting. I hate the Irish dancing scene.
I loved it.
One thing I really don't like about this film is the way that they portray the upper classes as being like a really like horrible place to be, and the series to be this like fun party. That's not how it fucking worked at all. The series would have been horrendous.
It would have been
Yes, yeah.
dreadful
It
down
wouldn't have
there.
been like friendly and let's all share our dark ale and stuff. It would have been like shit covered and rat infested and everyone like stealing from each other and fighting each other. There would have been assaults, harassment. It would have been just appalling. It wouldn't have been a party atmosphere. I watched those two scenes, even as they put it as well. If you want to put me in a room with caviar, a nice quiet room with caviar, or at like an Irish jig, I'm sorry, I'm taking the caviar every step of the way.
The little smoking room they had did look quite cool as well, to be fair.
Oh no, I'm probably going with the women to talk about sewing and shit.
Oh, are you? Okay,
Yeah.
that'd be fair.
Yeah.
I think the other scene that I just couldn't stand with Jack is when it's him and Cal convincing Rose to get on the boat when they're together. Like, get on
that scene.
Oh god, it just felt like so. Like again, I think you're right. I think I've only just realised I don't like that after you were saying about the ownership, because it felt like he then suddenly had ownership over her, because it's like, I've known you for 24 hours, so I really bloody well know you, and you're getting on that damn boat type thing, and I'm going to pretend everything's okay.
They're
It's
trying to
just like,
save her life. They're like putting aside their differences to like. That's actually one of the moments where I really like Cal as well. Like, it's the only moment where I like Cal, where he's like, I'm going to pretend I like you just to get her on the boat.
But Rose has proven that she can take the truth and what is honestly going on, especially when she's talking to the shipbuilder and she says, what's really going on, just tell me. He tells her and she's like, right, well, let's get on with it and let's, find out what's going on. Let me save Jack.
Yeah, let me go kill myself. Like, at no point is she trying to survive in this movie.
like,
and everyone's just trying to keep her alive.
They're then just like humouring her again though, and they're getting on the boat like, it'll all be okay, we'll get on another boat, don't you worry about it. It's like
Cal is going to get on another boat.
She's not like she doesn't know the seriousness of the situation though. It just then seemed like really out of place.
Yeah, she is a bit slow actually, isn't she, sometimes on the uptake.
But no, it's like I'm sorry. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna basically hide my tash as I say this. I don't want to say it's the writing, but it just seemed weird that she was suddenly like really intelligent one moment and like just so incredibly brave, and in the next moment she is the Labrador again. And you go, I know that's not her
Justice
character.
for Kate
though.
Winslet.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, Kate Winslet.
She's sensational.
She campaigned for herself to be in this movie as well. Like, she was like writing letters to James Cameron saying, "Let me be in this fucking movie." She's amazing, Kate Winslet. I don't think she's intelligent throughout this entire film, Rose, and I think that's deliberate. I think I say she's slow on the uptake. I think that's on purpose because she has this like really sheltered life. Like she's a fairly quick study. Like you say, she's like manipulated onto the lifeboat, and then she's going down and she's going, "Hang on a minute, no," and then she gets off the boat, which is a dumb decision because someone could have had her spot, Yeah,
she wastes like 3 different lifeboat spots during this. We kept saying that. It's like, there's another one wasted.
Yeah.
Someone else could have survived there.
Yeah.
Although, having said that, I do find with Rose, when she's in the upper class and she's having dinner and she challenges everybody at that table, Like she's
Yeah.
not playing a game there. She's very much like, I don't agree with you. Why'd you say that? No, I don't.
I think
And
she also knows how powerful she is.
She does. Yeah. So it's interesting. She's got kind of an intelligence about her. Well, it's kind of the intelligence, but no common sense.
Yeah, that is it. Yeah,
Kind of thing.
She would have been a genius if she was allowed to be.
Yeah.
Typical. We're meant to be talking about Jack
We
and
talk about
DiCaprio,
Rose.
and we end up talking about Rose and Kate Winslet because Kate Winslet is flawless.
What did you think of Leo's performance?
I think Leo's performance was exactly what it was supposed to be. I can see James Cameron directing him, and I like how after this movie, Leonardo DiCaprio took 2 years out of acting and started going, no, I'm choosing my films now. He could have made a film every 6 months, been a life-size poster on every girl's bedroom. He could have been in every shit fucking rom-com going, but he went, nope, I'm going to wait for something good. I can't remember what it was he did next. Was it Catch Me If You Can? Or
Was Romeo and Juliet after that as well?
no, Romeo
Yeah,
and Juliet was before, I think.
Oh, was Romeo and Juliet before?
Titanic, yeah. Because Claire Danes was meant to play Rose.
Oh, was she?
In this, yeah. Not meant to, but she was
That
up
was
there.
up for it.
But no, I thought Leo was... I think this really shows how Leonardo DiCaprio can follow direction really, really well, is what I saw. What did you think of him?
Yeah, I thought he was great actually. Again, I think the calling Rose by her name every 5 seconds did put me off, but generally I think he was really good.
I thought they
were only like early 20s, both of them, when they did it.
So
It was
fresh.
just-
I mean, especially Kate. Like Leo had done some stuff,
Yeah.
but Kate was so fresh. I think Billy Zane is great in this film. I think this is one of the most hated villains I've ever seen in film. And that is all because of Billy Zane's performance. He is absolutely
great.
wonderful in it.
He was in The Man in the Iron Mask afterwards, a year later.
Was he?
Yeah.
That was a year after this.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he took a 2-year break. Man in the Iron Mask is a great film. Have you guys seen Man in the Iron Mask?
We haven't, no.
So good. Do you like Musketeer movies?
Yeah.
Oh, Man in the Iron Mask is the best Musketeer movie.
Okay.
The internet's yelling at me right now, but
Does the film's spectacle enhance the emotion or distract from it?
enhance. Enhance. There are so many incredible shots in this film. I think the cinematography deserves a lot of credit for really spelling out the enormity of the tragedy. Whereas it also shows the individual loss so beautifully. Like those wide-angle shots of the propellers coming out of the water are so incredible, like especially for the time they still stand up. But as you watch this giant boat lifting out of the water, if you run your eyes down the screen, you then see these single people just
I did
splashing
notice
about.
that, yeah.
And then if you bring your eyes even further down, there's a couple of lifeboats that are half empty. It's just absolutely tragic. The close-up of Rose when they hit the water, the close-up of Rose in the water when she comes up and she gasps for air, and then it pans out to just hundreds and hundreds of people, just complete, like no music, no like grand score or anything, just a shot. But then we have the old couple cuddling in the bed, and the mum telling the kids the story. Oh Jesus! And the priest. I loved the priest as well. Just giving his final sermon. I've got goosebumps thinking about it. That like the 1,000 deaths is a statistic and one death is a tragedy thing. That is real. I think you feel that really, and we talked about like collateral damage in superhero movies. But this film, I think, manages to do both. It manages to feel all the individual losses, the couples and the parents and the children, but also the sheer scale of it. I mean. Fuck. I mean, and this is why that first question, Tash, about the romance strengthening the tragedy or overshadowing it. This is why I think it doesn't. I think it's because the second half of the movie is so impactful from a tragic standpoint. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think it does enhance the emotion behind it. I will say, I think the thing that epitomized a lot of it for me was the string players.
Oh yeah.
I just thought, oh my God.
That's true story, that.
It is, isn't it? Like the people are panicking around them and they're just in this bubble of like, we're going to keep playing. And then the moment where all the band leave and just leave this one violinist and then he starts playing and they all look back look at each other. There's no words there, and they just come back and they continue.
It's the music
It's
they choose as well.
just-
Like they're playing upbeat music to keep everyone happy, and then they accept their fate, and then they start playing sad music.
Yeah.
Like it's another one of those movies. This happens in Shawshank as well. When the music in the film, the music that the characters are experiencing, we are also experiencing, and having the emotion attached to that music, like I think is so powerful.
It's stunning.
And
I
the
love
fact
that.
that really happened on the boat as well is wonderfully powerful.
Yeah, I just think it all kind of, there's all these little things that add together, as you say, with the shots, and as you pan back, just the enormity of what's going on, and how many people are effective. I think it constantly reminds us how small human status, wealth and control are in the face of catastrophe. Especially Cal is desperate to hang on to that kind of upper class status all the way through, and his butler as well, who's just horrible. His man is just awful. I think Cal is still obsessed with property, appearances and possession. So he's got his room, the photograph, the diamond, and also Rose herself. And I think that Irie, everything he values is about to become meaningless. That diamond obviously ends up in Rose's pocket.
I love that
his
bit
coat.
as well when he starts laughing. He's like, I put the diamond in her pocket. So good.
And then she's like, and then at the end when she drops it in the ocean is great.
Let's not talk about that. That's the worst part of the film.
It's the worst part of the film. I think that it's dominated so much of the personal drama is just suddenly pointless against the scale of mass death. And I think that then lends itself to the end where Bill Paxton's obviously, still looking for the diamond, and actually it doesn't matter anymore because they've learned so much about the disaster, and that just is so much more important.
It's about the stories
of
things like this are so much more than the
art.
than anything else that's on it. Like, had he found it's a real love letter to art, I think.
Yes, yeah.
Is that like storytelling and experience is so much more powerful than diamonds and wealth.
Like Jack's pictures that they find. They find Jack's pictures in the safe, not the diamond, and it's like, well, Jack's pictures tell a story.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what's important, as you say.
It's beautiful.
It's stunning.
Tash, it really doesn't sound to me like you don't like this film. I think you've gone in thinking you don't like it. I think you've decided you don't like the romance because you don't like romance stories. Even though you forgive Knight's Tale for that ridiculous romance, which is worse than this. This is a better film than A Knight's Tale.
I mean, yes, it is a better film than A Knight's Tale, but I think I'm learning to appreciate what goes on in the films from that perspective, but I don't have to like it.
I'm not saying you have to like it. I'm saying you do like it.
No. It's irritating. But I think I'm not a fan of romances. Like, I think you hit the nail on the head when you said it's the the kind of seeming ridiculousness of the romance.
Yeah.
I think if that had been I don't know how they would have reframed it. I have no idea, but I just think they could have done something different.
It's the 90s, isn't it? Like, we've said this before, you have to forgive the 90s of a 90s film. Like, I think if this was like a a parent-child relationship rather than a romantic relationship, I think you probably got a better story.
Yeah.
But hey, I really don't like romantic links through films either. I really don't. But I don't think this one matters as much because of the enormity of the rest of it. Like, the second half of the film is so strong. Like, I've just come out of watching a film which is half really bad and half quite good, whereas this film is half pretty good, half spectacular.
It does pick up the second half does pick up.
Pick up?
Definitely.
Pick up? Like, even like films. Oh yeah, I think you like it. I think you like this film more than you will allow yourself to.
Right.
I think you are. Although, to be fair, I think when you have this much budget and when you're forced to sit through over 3 hours of film and something has won 11 Academy Awards and it is regarded as one of the greatest films of all time, I think you're quite right, Tash. You have to go through it with a fine-tooth comb and you have to really analyse it. Yeah, all right. Fine, you're allowed to not like it.
Is it because it could have been such an even a greater film without the love story that it almost seems like they've just done it to almost appeal to the mainstream a little bit?
But then I do understand that because
yeah,
I mean,
they've
then
got to make
James
money.
Cameron did Avatar and I was like, meh. Sorry, everyone.
Avatar is
That's
just
a different
bit
thing.
meh.
Yeah.
Avatar's a visual thing. Isn't
It is
Yeah.
very visual. And I mean, yeah, and again, the cinematography in Titanic is insane. I will not deny them that. It's amazing. The acting's fantastic. But yeah, there's just things where I thought it could be better. And I think it's always that thing where it's like, it's not quite there.
So, does Titanic romanticize tragedy to make its audience feel more deeply?
I mean, Tash, you're going to say yes, I assume.
I'm going to say no,
Oh!
but it doesn't need the romance.
Yeah, that's not what the question is.
But
Does
it doesn't,
Titanic
because there isn't,
romanticize...
right. It's not. It doesn't romanticize it because there isn't enough of the
So it doesn't
romance
romanticize
there.
tragedy?
No.
So it makes its audience feel deeply through what it shows and the way it's written.
There's enough of that to...
So what you're saying is the romance doesn't ruin the film?
No.
Right, but you still don't like it?
I still don't like it.
I've never wanted you to not like a film more than this, I think. I feel more strongly about this than I do about Will and Shawshank.
Yay, I'm free! Dobby's got a sock!
Which is strange because I really didn't think I'd go out to bat for this movie that much. I'm not sure if it's like the time it came out or what, but I think I really think this movie is a really big moment in cinema history as well. I really think this film kind of came out and goes, look what we can do. Like there is such a scale to what we can do, not only in terms of like cinematography and effects, but also like we can do 3-hour long films and they can be entertaining. Like I've watched 2.5 hour films and felt them too long. I didn't think this film was too long at all. Does Titanic romanticize tragedy? No, it doesn't. I think it makes you feel so deeply in so many different ways and in really, really clever ways as well. Like that scene when the boat starts to sink and they're shutting the blast doors. They're not blast doors, the flood doors.
Oh, yeah.
In the cold. That scene is so incredible. Just knowing that these guys they're just going to drown. I mean, they're going to drown anyway, but they're going to be the first to drown. Yeah, and every time you watch it, there's another moment, like when you go, "Oh no, let's make the boat go faster." It's like, shit, don't get like you say, don't get on the boat.
I did find though that there were quite a few winks to like, oh, this is the unsinkable ship. I don't know, they said that at the time. That's very relevant, but it's an unsinkable ship, and then they kept doing like, yeah, it's unsinkable.
I think the other thing you've got to remember about this movie as well is when this movie came out, we didn't all know about Titanic.
Yeah.
Like we didn't all have the internet, and we didn't have this film either. Like I don't think there's another film about a real life event that is as good as this.
So would you say that our views are based on the benefit that we know about it already?
Yeah.
At this point, on this particular viewing of the film, is that all of us know more than they would have done in 97.
When I saw this movie, I knew that the Titanic was a boat that sank. Like it had been mentioned, sure, but I didn't know that it was called the unsinkable ship. I didn't know about like the class separation that existed not only on the boat but in society. I think that's done really well. Maybe your kind of enhanced worldview when you saw it changed your view
potentially.
But yeah, okay, we're gonna have to just disagree on this film.
Sorry.
It's okay. What are you watching this week, guys? I am watching Margot's Got Money Troubles, which is Elle Fanning. And she has money troubles when she has a baby and she starts on OnlyFans, which sounds like saucier than it is. It's actually a really like hard-hitting comedy drama. It's really, really fucking good so far. Really good.
I wasn't expecting you to say comedy drama at the end of that.
Were you expecting comedy or drama?
Drama?
No, it's definitely funny.
Okay.
But it's one of those ones where it's funny not because they're doing slapstick. It's great.
I'm kind of getting the feeling it's just about people trying to survive.
Yeah,
in
difficult circumstances, and it feels very real.
Nice.
What are you guys watching?
I'm gonna continue with House of the Dragon because
Who's the Dragon?
House of the Dragon.
Oh,
ready for the new
letterbox
series.
thing go? Was that Django your letterbox thing?
No, I'm still in the middle of Landscape in the Mist.
Right.
Because again, it's subtitled, so I actually need to properly.
You're terrible at completing lists, aren't you?
Really
you set yourself
bad.
challenges and you
I'm
don't.
really bad.
But that's okay. That's okay. Will, what are you watching?
Hopefully, we're going to go watch a new Mandalorian film.
Pasco Pedrell.
If you want to come.
Pasco Pedrell? Pedro Pascal and Baby Yoda. Yeah, I'll come watch that with you.
Yeah?
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure,
sick.
why not? All right, see you later, guys.
Right,
Bye.